This is the Glow Studio podcast, a space for makeup enthusiasts and professionals alike. Best friends Emma and Amelia have worked with hundreds of brides on the morning of their wedding. We've seen how this special day can be impacted by small stresses and know that with some preparation, the stress can be avoided. This bridal series will unpack everything you need to know to prepare for the big day. We've done this so that you can be present and in the moment and just enjoy marrying the love of your life. So, let's get into it.
Welcome to another episode of Glow Studio Podcast. My name is Emma.
And I'm Amelia.
And we're here on episode 5 to talk to you today about how to get prepared skin and hair for a wedding. As you know, I'm more the makeup artist and Mills is the hair specialist. So skin preparation is actually going to start much longer than the day of the wedding. It's a night before thing and it's the weeks leading up to. The better condition that your skin is, the better that makeup is going to wear. And what I mean by wear is the look of it and the longevity of it and how much your skin actually absorbs those products. So skin prep is super important, and I'm just going to take you through a few of the steps as to how you can get prepared for your skin. And Mills is going to be talking to you today about how you can prep your hair the best way so that we can do the best possible job and the best possible work. And we want our clients to feel $1 million. We want our clients to say, I've never felt this beautiful before. So did you want to start with hair prep?
Yeah, why not? So what we're going to want to do when you're washing your hair is to shampoo it twice.
Right, okay.
Shampoo
so
it
not
twice.
leaving it for a couple of days before? Like, 'cause
No,
I've heard
please, that
before.
is a myth. So
Right.
back in the good old days, they were like, oh, you need to have dirty hair before you're going to do your hairstyling and all that
Yes.
sort of stuff. Not anymore.
Not
That
anymore.
myth still hangs around. Lots of people still believe it. But
Yeah,
I'm
I've
here to tell
heard
ya,
a lot, yeah.
we don't need it. We have incredible products now. We've got mousses, we've got root lift sprays, we've got volumizing sprays, waxes,
Yes.
powders,
Texturizing powders.
stuff coming out your yin.
Yeah.
All that sort of stuff, and that we can use to put texture back into the hair. So
Right.
that's why they wanted you to have dirty hair back in the day, because we didn't have those products. So they wanted that texture and that grittiness.
And that grit. Yeah.
And literal dirt was the
Little
grit.
bit. Oh, yuck.
Yeah, to make
yuck,
that
yuck.
hairstyle stick. So what
Yuck.
we're going to want to do is we're going to want to shampoo our hair twice. So how
Mhm.
I always do it, I always split my shampoo from one side into my two
Two
hands.
hands.
And then I'll scoot back into the back of my neck, because that's where a lot of the dirt and the debris actually sits. You've got that little depression at the back of your neck.
Yeah,
And your
it's
hair gets
gnarly.
dirty and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, it's itchy now.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
So scoop a little bit of shampoo straight up into there, the other part straight on the top, and then really working it in. Not scratching your head. You don't want to be like causing scrapes or
Damage
anything
and
like
scratch.
that.
Yes.
But
yep.
you really want to be getting in and washing your scalp, not your hair.
Okay. So it's
Your-
more of a scalp cleanse.
Yeah, your hair
Mm.
doesn't need to be washed, because it's going to solvents in all of the shampoo are going to drag out that dirt.
Clean the oils for it.
Clean
Yep.
the oil. So what you're going to want to run your fingers through your hair. In your second time you shampoo, it's going to foam up a lot.
Yep.
That's great. That's what you want.
Mm-hmm.
And then using that foaminess to sort of actually pull down and to clean
Clean the ends of the hair.
end. Yeah, but you don't want to be rubbing and scrubbing or anything like that, because you're going
Yes.
to damage your hair. You're going to get split ends.
Yeah,
Try
right.
to stop when you're twisting your hair to like wringing it out. You think
Yeah,
about your
it's
hair,
delicate.
It's delicate. It's going to eventually break under that pressure.
Of
So
course.
treat it with some respect, a little bit
Yeah,
of kindness.
A little bit of kindness doesn't go astray.
Exactly. And the other big question
Okay.
that we get is, okay, you said shampoo twice, my hair's going to be really dry.
Yeah, conditioner. Yeah, because that can weigh it down.
Conditioners can definitely weigh your hair down. So
Mm.
if you do really feel like you need a conditioner, we're just going to ask you just to put it in the ends.
Very, very ends.
The ends. And the ends for me are going to start here. The ends
Whereas
for Emma,
my ends,
her ends are going to be shorter because her hair is shorter.
my hair is shorter, yes, because I recently started when I lopped my hair off and I was, conditioning the mid-lengths to ends, but then the next day I was greasy as. And I'm thinking, what am I doing wrong? Like we're doing the same thing for, forever and a day. But that's why, because my hair is so much shorter now, the mid-lengths are actually too close to my scalp
Yes,
now.
so you need less
So I
conditioner.
need less conditioner.
Yes. So pretty much when you're shampooing your hair, you're going to, pretty much everyone in the world should use the same amount of shampoo. Their scalp is the
Much
same
the same.
size, really.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Some people have a
The
big
only
head.
variable will be that conditioner, depending on how long your hair is. Yep, and how much it needs and all that sort of stuff. So, but what we want is nice, clean scalps. Oils are going to weigh the hair down. It makes it harder to get that nice volume, anything fluffy like that.
Yes.
It's just going to look like a hot, greasy mess, and we don't want that for you.
Not a vibe.
We're just going to let it air dry, or if you want to lightly blow dry it, that's fine, but not on like a high heat unless you've already put your heat protector through. And if you're one of those people that blow dries your hair every day, you should be putting the heat protection through anyway.
Yes.
That sort of thing is fine, but I don't want any sort of like argan oils or
leave-in
conditioners or
detanglers.
detanglers or anything like that, because they can have oils in them. Some of them don't, but without looking at the, the back of the packet, I'm not going to be able to tell you if it's the right type of oils that's going to weigh the hair or if it's actually going to nourish your hair. So better just to avoid it. I know it feels yuck just for the day. But it's just one day.
It's just one day. It's not so much about how the hair feels on the day of the wedding. It's about how we style it and how it looks.
Exactly.
It can feel like a crunch. Like whenever my hair is styled, it's always like crunchy and rough, but it looks amazing.
Exactly. Well, the goal when I'm styling your hair is to actually put enough product in your hair that it feels like linen, not silk. A silk's not going to hold a pin.
No.
Depending on the style, obviously, there'll be exceptions if you're doing a high sleek pony and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But in general, I want the hair to feel like linen, not like silk, because that's what's going to hold the hair into a curl or anything like that.
That makes sense. So what about like hair masks and things? Do you want to do them the night before or probably not?
I'd avoid them.
Okay.
100% avoid them. If you really feel like your hair needs something like a couple weeks before.
Right,
but
do
even
it in
that,
the weeks leading up to the wedding.
weeks leading up, but we don't really want to be doing really heavy hair masks because they're going to load your hair with oils and then they're going to take a couple of washes to come out. And by that time, even though your hair's clean, it's still full of oil.
Makes sense.
And that's going to weigh the hair down.
That makes sense.
So no hair masks or anything
No hair
like that.
masks. Beautiful. Okay. And then we're going to leave it to either air dry or a very cool low blow dry. And then we want to be leaving it out ideally. Hey.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I know some people can't really sleep that well if their hair's all in their face. So if you want to tie it up, that's fine. Because yeah. Or if you want to, you can even wash your hair the morning of. Because
I would do that.
Yeah, my system is to wet your hair down and put the product in it anyway. So I'm going to be wetting your hair down. So if it's a bit wet, especially if you're a mum and you're
getting
got
just a
the
blow
short
wave
hair
or
or whatever, feel free to have a shower in the morning and just leave your hair wet.
Yep. Saves you a step.
It saves me. Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah.
It saves me a step, and it doesn't make a difference. I would rather your scalp be clean, fresh out of the shower, than a couple of days old. So we're talking like 12 hours before the wedding, maximum.
Yep.
Night before, afternoon before.
Yes, that makes sense. And then the only exception to that, to all of these rules would be, say, you're super coily, and I mean really coily, naturally coily hairs. Where we're full on just embracing a nice, beautiful, natural curl. They would only be the exception. Those people tend to know their hair very well.
Yes, they do.
They have their system. So if you've got a hair type like that, just ask. But generally speaking, our answer is going to be, look, you know your hair best. And if we're working with your natural curl, you do your normal system. And we just want a clean hair. We just don't want like a really coily, curly hair that's full of debris.
Exactly.
That's collected a whole lot of dirt on things from a few days. So
yes, exactly.
Yeah, but they might have a little bit of a different system with their products.
But even that, like a coily hair, you can get even more build up. Because the hair is so thick as well. So you still really want to be, and it's self-care. It's looking after your scalp.
Yeah.
It's cleaning that dirt and debris away so that your scalp has a chance to breathe.
And for new hair to grow.
Little hairs aren't going to grow through if it's constantly covered and it's like the lights are turned out,
It's almost like an exfoliant really for your scalp in a way.
It is.
You need to slough off those old skin cells to allow for the new hairs to come through. Yeah, so that's going to promote good hair growth and that's going to help keep everything nice and clean. So that makes sense.
The only other thing is if you've got really like dehydrated hair and you tend to get like a lot of flyaways.
Oh yeah, dreaded flyaways and humidity.
The dreaded flyaways.
That's why I've got the aircon on at the moment. It's raining here.
Because what happens when your hair is dry and you get the humidity? Which is moisture in the air. Your hairs reach out into the atmosphere to try to get that moisture. That's what they're doing. That's why they stick out. That's why your hair gets all fluffy when it's all humid. Because there's more water in that moisture in the air, so it's reaching out to get that. Coily hairs or a curly hair, that happens sort of more naturally. So in that sort of case, I am happy for you to put those conditioner in at the end of your hair. But just at the ends. That's all you need.
Yeah.
You don't want to be blocking your hair follicles with oils and stuff like that.
No, and undoing all the nice work from your shampoos. Yeah.
Exactly
that makes sense. That makes sense. So number one takeaway from that, everybody, is Meals wants a really nice, clean scalp to work with. Nice and
Wash
clean.
it twice.
Maximum
Wash it twice.
12 to 15 hours before the wedding day or before you're sitting in her chair getting your hair styled. But
it's going to give you the best results.
That's
you don't
right.
have to do that.
No.
But if you want really good results.
You want volume, clean hair.
Exactly.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. And a really good way to do that, or to do all of this, is to actually get together as a bridal party the night before.
Yes.
And just make it a bit of a thing.
Make it fun. Make it fun. You know, we've already talked about run sheets. We've already talked about what to expect on the wedding day and how important it really is, especially for us as artists, to have everybody there the morning of. So if having a sleepover the night before with your bridal party, because I'm about to talk about skin prep, and this is something that you could really, it's fun to do together.
Yeah.
We do it together all the time. Getting together with your friends and your nearest and your dearest and doing all of this to get ready for the wedding, I think is really nice. It's good bonding. You'll remember that. Like, honestly, I remember that night before my wedding.
We were all sitting around doing our nails and everything.
Yes, I remember that almost more than I remember the wedding.
Yes, exactly.
Like, because it was so fun.
Yeah.
So,
and it can really become
really
part of the whole experience if you set the tone and
exactly.
be intentional about it.
Exactly. So, and hopefully we've got some listeners already doing that, you know, before, hopefully someone's getting married tomorrow who's listening to this right now. It should be exciting. But yeah, so skin prep. So the better condition that your skin is in, the better job I can do. So I'm a beauty therapist by trade, as you know by now. So skincare is absolutely critical to me. It is well and truly up there. I am a big believer in the better your skin is, the less makeup you have to wear, the more that we can allow your natural beauty to shine on through. So how can you prep your skin for me? So in particular, I'm going to give you some steps for the night before. But you can do this every night for weeks leading up to the wedding if you want to. So first step.
Or should do.
Or we should be doing it every day regardless, really. Like, should be doing it morning and night, in my opinion. But anyway, I get that other people have got priorities that are different to mine. But look, first step would be to cleanse your skin, or commonly known as a face wash. So double cleanse your skin. So we want really nice, again, same with the hair, we want really nice clean skin that's free of excess skin cell buildup, free of debris, free of excess oils. So by doing a nice double cleanse, your first cleanse is like your first shampoo. It's going to take away the initial debris. And then your second cleanse is actually going to really get in there and pull out some of those impurities. So now there's all different types of face washes, and honestly we don't quite have the time today to go in detail about those. My preference, if I really had to give any form of a guidance without looking at anyone's skin, would be to sit in the cream cleanser realm. I think a cream cleanser is a really good happy medium for both an oilier skin and both a drier skin. Now, if your skin is drier, then you want to be having more oils in your cleanser. So I've got a very dry skin. So I work with solely balm cleansers or oil cleansers. That's all I use. There's not a foam or a bubble in sight.
No.
And what they're going to do is we know that oils will bind with oils. So an oil will actually remove an excess oil that's in the skin. So because oil is the most effective way to remove oil.
Well, I guess, that's true, because when you put oil and water together, they separate.
Exactly. Yeah. That, you know, we like the bubble squeaky clean, which there's nothing wrong with that. But the bubbly squeaky cleansers are going to work with more of a surfactant base. So like your dishwashing detergents, your hand soaps, your shampoos, where the bubbles are actually, they're enzymatically working to break down the oil. So what that can leave you with is a bit of surface dehydration. So look, again, I can talk about this all day, but I want your skin to be as hydrated as possible. Think of your skin almost like a sponge. I want that sponge, like a kitchen sponge, right? I want that sponge to be soaking in water and fully hydrated and fully sucked up with water by the time I put any form of makeup on the top, because what that means is your skin's going to be saying, no, I'm good with my moisture level. I don't need to be sucking the moisture out of the makeup, because that's what fading will do. When your makeup fades a lot, if your makeup is fading, you put your makeup on in the morning and then at nighttime you're like, where's it all gone? Well, that could be because your skin's literally inhaled it.
So it's
so
almost
dehydrated.
soaking it in
Correct.
like a moisturizer.
Correct. Yeah, that's right. So whereas if we can fill that skin with as much hydration as possible, you know, in the weeks leading up to, and in particular the night before, that means that less of your skin is going to absorb that makeup. So it's important. So hydration is key for skin prep. Anyway, I've kind of gone off on a tangent there, but back to your cleansers. So ideally sticking with a cream cleanser. I'm not saying go out and buy a whole brand new skincare regime the night before the wedding. No. A night before the wedding is not the time to be trying new skincare products. It's absolutely not. You could have a reaction, you could have irritation, you could have sensitivity, and then then we've got a whole big issue on the day of your wedding. So stick to what you got. So double cleanse, and then when we're cleansing, we're not doing any of this Neutrogena face commercial where we're flicking the water into our face and looking amazing. That doesn't work. It just doesn't. We need to remove the debris with a physical, with friction. So a warm washcloth, a warm face cloth, and pop that on and allow that. That's going to open up the pores. That's going to allow any excess oil flow to come out. And then you're going to be physically removing that and washing that away.
Almost like a mini exfoliant.
Correct. Like a very soft one.
Like a
very soft one. Yes. Which leads me into my next point of exfoliating. So again, there are so many different types of exfoliants, and I'm not even going to go into the different types. I don't mind whatever you're using normally at home. I don't mind. I just want you to exfoliate. I want those excess skin cells to be gone because they are going to stick to your makeup. Fake tan. If you don't exfoliate and then you put a fake tan on, what happens?
Oh,
chunky. You go patchy, chunky. Same thing happens to your makeup. Yep. Exactly the same thing happens to your makeup. So remove that. If you're doing an exfoliant for your body, for your tan, do it for your face. Your makeup is going to stick to those excess skin cells and it's going to look uneven and patchy and a mess. So double cleanse, remove with friction, and exfoliate your skin. We're going to put our masks on. Now, masks are what I want to be hearing is hydration. We're coming back to that hydration key. Hydration in your masks. So even just the little, at a minimum, at an absolute bare minimum, the little Garnier cheap face masks the sheet ones.
Yeah, the ones where
they're like $3
cutouts and stuff like that.
Yep. Look, you know what? They're not amazing, but they will do the job. Yep. You don't need to go out and spend $50 on one tub of a hydrating face mask if you just know that you're not going to use the rest of it. Yep. Look, I'd love for you to start an amazing skincare routine and start using it all the time. It's what you should be doing. But I get it. I'm a mum of twins. Like, I totally get it.
But it will make a difference.
It will absolutely make a difference.
For the next day.
It will plump that sponge up for me. It will do it. That the effects of those sheet masks really only last about sort of 12 to 24 hours. So yeah, do it the night before. If they're on special, 2 for $5 or whatever, grab a couple. And get one for all of the bridal party and do it together. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. You'll just sit there and laugh for 20 minutes. And that, leave it on for a good 20 minutes. If it says 15, do 20. It's not going to hurt. And then another little tip with those sheet masks is when you take it off, actually grab it as a ball, squish it up into a ball and push the excess all onto the skin. Wipe it all over. Get as much of that out as you can. Rub it on the backs of your hands. Take it down your neck as well. Allow it to sink in, and then start with your moisturizers and your eye cream. Yeah. So double cleanse, exfoliate, face masks, eye cream. Now again, Emil's is sick of hearing me talk about eye creams. Eye creams are really important, guys. Super important, and probably, in my opinion, well and truly up there with, if you're going to be doing any type of skincare and you're not using an eye cream, take a good look at yourself. Eye creams are created and invented for a reason because the molecules are much finer, okay? So the eye area itself doesn't have a lot of oil glands. It also is a very fine skin. We know that. We can feel it. It's a very fine, soft skin, nothing like anywhere else on the body. So if you just put your regular moisturizer on your eye area, it's just going to be sitting on top. It's not going to be able to penetrate deep enough to actually do anything. It's not going to be able to hydrate those lower levels. It's not going to be able to do any of the anti-wrinkle stuff or your repairing or plumping at all. It'll just sit there. So invest in an eye cream, and it is something, guys, you got to invest in. You do have to spend a little bit of money there.
But it lasts a long time.
But it lasts a long time, and it's
you're
worth
only
it.
Doing this little area.
Exactly. So so how to put on an eye cream. Get yourself a pea-size amount, tap it in between your middle finger, looking up, and you're going to pat all the way out to the temples, all the way out on the cheekbones, the tops of the cheekbones, right out to the temple. Pat. Then with the excess, you can massage over the tops of the lids, okay? Some eye creams, like use a little bit of common sense, read the label. Some eye creams are not suitable for the top of the eye. They may be too active, and that may risk some of the product falling into the eyeball itself and potentially doing damage to the eye. Get cloudy and So just use a bit of common sense, guys. But where you want to be focusing it is temple to the inner corner. Temple to the inner corner.
And is that why to the temple?
Well, that's where your crow's feet are.
Oh, of course.
So when you have your expression lines, because there's that fold on the cheekbone, so we want to be hydrating that area.
And then into the middle here
and in
too?
the middle. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Look, this is a thicker skin. It's not the same as under the eye. It's a thicker skin, so that could fall into your normal moisturizer category. But hey, why not? Let's, go for it. Go for it. Then your moisturizer. Now, ideally, if I could really have my cake and eat it, I would say invest in a night cream. What is the difference between a day and a night cream? Look, very, very quickly, a day cream is going to have more SPFs in it. It's going to have UV protection. It's going to have protection against free radical damage, so pollutants and things. And it's also going to be made to be more suitable under makeup. So it's going to wear a lot better under makeup. So that's a day cream. A night cream is pretty much the opposite. It's going to be way heavier, way more emollient, a lot more nourishing, a lot more hydration, not suitable under makeup.
And not suitable to go outside into the sun.
Not suitable to go outside because quite often, not all the time, but quite often they will contain very active ingredients for repairing and deep, deep repair and deep hydration that can often interfere with UV rays and actually make you burn more. So they are to be worn at night when your body is sleeping and resting and repairing and rejuvenating. That's what we do when we sleep. So the night cream's going to mirror that. And being a thicker cream and a richer cream, as you're rolling around on your pillows and things, it's not going to just all come off. It'll stay on. It'll have a bit of wear to it. So you wake up and you're like, oh, I almost sort of feel like I got, a bit of moisturizer still on. Yeah. So ideally a night cream, if I could have my cake and eat it too, but I will also accept any form of a moisturizer. If you're wearing a moisturizer and an eye cream, I'm happy. Yeah. I'm happy. And don't forget your lip balm, guys. Don't forget your lip balms. Chapped lips will just soak up.
Cracked lips and lipstick is lovely.
Oh, it's just not a vibe. It's not a vibe. It's not fun.
And there's nothing we can really do about
No, there's nothing. No.
Once you've sat down, if someone sits down in their chair with cracked lips, it's too late for you.
I mean, I do apply a very heavy layer of a moisturizer, and for our ultimate brides, they do get a beautiful lip mask, but it's not a quick fix. It's something that needs to be looked after over a period of time. So double cleanse, exfoliate, face mask, eye cream, night cream, and lip balm. That's what we want you doing the night before. Okay, to the best of your ability and with what you've got. As I said, don't go running to Mecca. Oh, because Emma said I need this. I need to buy a night cream. Like, it's okay. I'm just telling you what I prefer. And then in the morning. So what do you do when you wake up in the morning? Now, we've already gone over this a lot with what to expect on the wedding day, but it's important to do a single cleanse straight out of bed. Do a single cleanse.
Take all that night cream off.
Remove all of that night cream off and remove all of that excess stuff off that's been marinating. Then you're going to apply your eye cream and your normal moisturizer and your lip balm. And you're going to have your lip balm in your pocket. Just keep applying it throughout the day. I need your skin hydrating or remaining hydrated while you're waiting your turn for your makeup. When you sit down in my chair, I'm going to remove everything. I'm going to be applying all my own premium, high quality skincare stuff that I've spent years, trialing and erroring. You're going to get that awesome stuff that I apply, but I don't want your skin dehydrating from 6 a.m. to 11 before you're sitting in my chair. I want your skin hydrating at that time. Yeah. So get up first thing in the morning.
Backwards.
It's exactly. It will go backwards. It will. You think in a few hours it wouldn't, but it absolutely will. It will go backwards. We want hydration. It's super important. So get up, pop your moisturizer on in the morning, and then I know you're ready. I can remove all of that, apply all of the stuff that's appropriate that I know is going to wear well and appropriately under makeup. And also brush your teeth before you make
Brush your teeth before you get your makeup done.
Please.
Oh no.
And that's absolutely not because I have an issue with stinky breath. That's not what it is.
No.
It's not what it is. It's because people, and we've seen it in the past. I've done makeup applications at a wedding and people have gone an hour before to brush their teeth. They come walking out, brushing with piles of toothpaste pouring down their chin on a fresh face of makeup that I've spent an hour and a half perfecting. And then, oh, Emma, I need you to fix this. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Why? Why do you do this?
Yeah, it really, like, That's
Don't
why.
do it to
It's
it.
not a stinky breath issue. It's
No.
it's preservation of makeup. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
That's all my
Even
game
if you have to
is.
go, Emma goes, I need someone in my chair. You're like, I'm coming, I'll brush my teeth. She'll be like, yay.
That's fine. I'm happy to wait 2
That's
minutes for
fine.
you to finish brushing your teeth. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's the toothpaste. You think, I can keep it in my mouth? No,
You can't.
You can't. I can because I've been doing it a long time. I'm a pro at it, but most people aren't. So hydration is key, guys. You know, masks are great. And if you know, like if you're a bridesmaid and you know that the bridal party, you know, maybe don't do skincare or that they don't have a clue about it, because some people are either super into it or I just use water on my face. If they're just the water people, stockpile those masks, find them on special somewhere in the weeks leading up to it, those Garnier masks, invest in a few and hand them out and just, they will help. They will
definitely help.
absolutely just help. Yeah.
And they feel great.
Yeah.
And it's nice to give you, like your skin is an organ.
It is.
It needs water.
It is. It's
like your
its own
kidneys and your heart and all that sort of stuff. You need to be
absolutely
putting that H2O
back into the skin. That's right. Because the
skin
skin that we touch and the skin that I'm applying makeup to hasn't seen blood flow or water, aside from when you have a shower, for 4 weeks. Minimum 4 weeks. So it's a long time without water. So it is dry. And the more that we can put that hydration back in topically rather than, you know, internally. But yeah, topically means that we've got a really beautiful canvas for me to do my best work.
Exactly.
Yep. Yeah, well, I think
everyone's
that's everything.
prepped.
I think we're prepped. And if you're watching this the night before the wedding, we're going to see you tomorrow. We can't wait. We can't wait to make you a Velbella bride. We honestly have the best job in the world. We just absolutely love being a part of your day. It's such an honor. It's a special day. It's a special moment. And to make some memories and have a really good time. That's what all of this, that's really what the Glow Studio podcast is about, is us giving you our information, because we do hundreds and hundreds of weddings a year. And we do this all the time. You guys don't. Yeah, we just want this day to be really special. And it's such an honor and a privilege and a blessing. So,
and thank you for coming on this journey.
Yes.
Even if you aren't one of our bridesmaids or brides and this is just, you know, you're getting married, congratulations. It's such a big thing. So all the best, and thank you for listening to this little series. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very helpful.
God bless.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Glow Studio podcast. If you're a professional makeup artist looking to add airbrush makeup as an upsell to your kit, visit velbella.com.au and hit the Learn page. We also have workshops and one-to-one masterclasses available. And finally, tune in to the upcoming Glow Studio Pro Series, where Emma and Amelia will discuss all things professional makeup and airbrush.